Hey guys, what's going on? This is Real Estate Uncensored. I am doing a solo show. I don't know how it's going to go out, but I'm pretty excited about getting some time all by myself up on this motherfucking show. Yeah, I'm in the mood. So, my apologies, guys and gals. Hey, you know what? What we're going to be covering today, we're going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart. It's scripts, right? And a lot of people are really afraid of scripting. And there doesn't have to be a lot of fear around scripts, around prospecting, around reaching out to different folks. I'll tell you a couple of systems that I'm actually implementing just to kind of test and see how they're going to work out. And so let's do this one. I'm actually just thinking about this stuff as we're going. And Cole, that's it. That's what we're doing right now. So here's the thing, boys and girls. When it comes to scripting and prospecting and lead generation, heading in from one year to another year, a lot of people are tentative in regards to figuring out how they want to speak to their clientele. What's the market going to be like? What are we going to be doing? We're stepping into an election year in 2024. We're in 2023, and November right now per the recording. And a lot of folks that I'm talking to are saying, like, well, how in the heck am I going to be able to stand out from the crowd? And so these three scripts that I'm going to be able to give you guys are scripts that are going to affect different parts of people's lives. And you're going to be able to actually be able to talk to them in their language that they can hear right now. So I have three different scripts. We're going to talk about the Go for No script. Very, very fun script. I'll give you some idea on that one. If any of you guys want to work divorce leads, now that's a morbid conversation. I completely get it, but it is a fact of life. On average, 50% of couples will divorce. California, it's about 70% of couples will divorce. Now, I'm not a divorce attorney or anything like that, but that's what I've heard from different people who are going through divorces or did go through a divorce. And that's what the stats that they said. So that is a viable piece of business because they're going to need somebody to talk to. And then our last one, well, our next two is our pending script. Now, how is that going to relate? How's that going to be something that you're going to be able to put into business? I'll talk about that. And then our for rent by owners. Now, when I first was talking with RedX, and they asked me to test drive their for rent by owners, I'm like, well, what the heck am I going to talk to for rent by owners about? And I really kind of broke it down. And I will save that for the end. So stick around for the for rent by owners, and you'll see how you can have one call, 3 to 4 conversations, and it's very natural. So let's jump right into this. And then we'll save after the scripts. I'm going to talk about a couple of programs and systems that I've purchased recently to really kind of try something new to really ramp in a crazy election year or any year above your competition. So let's dive right in. So the Go for No script is this. I literally ask people if they're not going to sell. So the script goes like this. Ring, ring. Hello. Yeah, hey, ma'am. My name is Greg McDaniel. I'm with eXp Realty here in the area. Hey, I'm doing a couple of calls today, and I bet you're not thinking about selling your home this year, are you? So the tonality is very important on that script. The reason why is because it has to be a question, which is an upswing on your verbal. So it's like, I bet you're not thinking about selling. Are you? Upswing. Question, not, I bet you're not thinking of selling. Are you? That's downswing. Got negative connotation. The reason why this is so powerful is that one of the books that I absolutely love is called Go for No, and that's why I named the script this. And so what this is essentially is in the book, they describe a company that needed to get more sales, and they had people going door to door, and they couldn't get more sales up. They couldn't figure it out. So they hired a third-party consultant to come in. And he said, okay, not a problem. You want to get those numbers up? Done. So he said, I want you to take your salespeople and put them into areas where they know nobody, like literally nobody. No friends, no family, no coins, nothing. And the company was like, okay, what do you want to do now? So he said, I want them to get 50, that's a 50 no's every single day. And the company goes, okay, let's do it. So they did. And so the moral of the story is this. They went out, and after looking at their numbers over a month, they found that the salespeople would get 1 sale per day between getting 0 no's and 50 no's. So I decided to test this theory. Honestly, try to test it. So I write down, where's my notepad? It's around here somewhere. It's not pretty. It's definitely ugly. Oh wait, is this it? No, it's not it. And so I write down how many no's I get every single day. And my goal for myself personally right now is to get told no 50 times. Now I thought it was bullshit, right? I literally thought it was bullshit. The magical part about this is somewhere around that 40 to 50 range, you ultimately get a no. I mean, you get a yes. And you're like, oh my gosh, I got a yes. Holy crap, what am I going to do with this yes? Then you screw your head back on, you figure out, okay, here's my lead. Now you figure out a methodology. So if you can do this, boys and girls, if you could go and let's say we're going to get 50 no's, right? Times 5 is 5 days a week. That's being told no 250 times. Now per day on the dialer system that I've just started to use preliminary as a gift to me, called Ready Mode as a 12-line dialer, right? I can crush through about 1,800 to 2,000 numbers in about less than 3 hours. That's again with 12 lines. I'm 4xing triple line, and I don't even know what the number is for 8xing, 12xing my time if it's a single line dialer. So with this, it's like cutting through butter with a hot knife. So I want people to tell me no. I'm literally going for no. Hi, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, 123 Main Street. You know what? Hey, I know it's a strange call, but I bet you're not thinking about selling your home anytime in the near future, are you? No. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Mark it down. Keep moving. I've got it down to the point where I can get down between 18 and 25 seconds per call. So I can keep this machine moving at a rapid pace. Now, a lot of people say, well, why you're missing the opportunities to build a relationship with the people on the phones. And I believe that. And I still believe that. But you can't build a relationship with somebody who doesn't want the relationship. Again, this is a cold call. This is something they did not expect. It's out of the blue. This is not something they're ready to talk about. So if we sit there and we're all prepped for all our scripts and we want to build a best friend out of this, a BFF for life, let's go, BFF. It's not going to fucking work. And I got caught up in it for a while thinking that it would work. But in reality, you just eat into your prospecting time because this is a contact sport. Just like football or anything else, it's cliche. I get it. You've heard it for a million years. It's nothing new. What is new is actually putting it into practice and making it happen for yourself. What I have found with Ready Mode with these 12 lines that I'm ripping through like a hot knife through butter again, right? Is that once you get that one good person, you don't stop until you get those 50 no's. Because if you do stop, then somebody else will call, somebody else will have a conversation, somebody else will build a relationship with that prospect that you stopped before you had the opportunity to talk to them. When you really think about it, how much business, and everyone sits there and bitches. I bitch. Everybody bitches. I don't have enough business. And the counter side of that coin is I have so much business. That's cool. Figure it the fuck out. All you have to do is figure the systems and the processes and the programs out. Be analytical, be methodical, be religious about this stuff. 2024 doesn't have to be a down year for you because everything is around you. The resources are everywhere. Now it's your job to become resourceful and be able to take those resources and put them into a recipe. When you make a cake or you bake or you cook a steak or a potato, a potato in the freaking oven, whatever it is, right? There's a recipe, there's a philosophy behind it, the right seasoning, the right time, the right mixtures, you add in the right ingredients at the right time. That's exactly what prospecting in real estate is. You're literally baking a cake. So if you don't put the right ingredients in, it's not going to work. That's where the scripts come in. So let's dive down on this a little bit more. So we talked about the Go for No script. Go get the book Go for No. You can go listen to it on YouTube for free. It's about a 2-hour listen. Very simple. Actually pretty entertaining too. You're going to want to kill the main character in the beginning. You're going to absolutely understand everything about this philosophy. The last paragraph of the last page. Trust me on this one. It makes me stop every time I listen to this book. So the Go for No script, guys, for everybody who's just joining in right now, is very simple. It goes like this, and then we'll get on to our other scripts. It is ring, ring. Hello. Yes. Hi. My name is Greg. I'm a real estate agent here in the area with the eXp Realty. Fill in your own brokerage. The reason I'm calling today is I got to ask you one question. I bet you're not thinking about selling your home this year, are you? And let the conversation go from there. But it sets them off a little bit because they're not expecting you to say that. That's the beautiful part about it. It's called a pattern interrupt. Not a lot of us do it because we're afraid of offending somebody. But what if you actually stop them in their tracks and they actually listen to you so that they actually can pull their head out of whatever they're doing? Remember, it's a cold call, right? So not expecting your call. So break them out of whatever reality they're in right there. Bring them into a conversation mindset wise, potentially buying or selling. If they say no, have a blessed day, move on. Again, number 2, divorces. Now, a lot of people, when they even think about divorce, it gives them a negative connotation. I don't like divorce at all. I think it's horrible. I think it's sad. It tears people apart, families apart, because of people making decisions in life. Again, everything goes back to decisions in life. Your job as a professional realtor is you're here to help, serve, provide a service to people in need, right? So when I was given the opportunity to test drive some divorce leads, I was like, what am I going to talk to these people about? Like, I literally, what I'm going to say, like, hey, bro, no, your life's completely imploding and your wife or husband is an asshole or a dick. You guys want to sell your home? No, that's not what you say at all. So what I decided to do was this. I decided to take a much softer approach, and it works in almost every single scenario on earth. It could be just listed, just pending, just pending. It could be for sale by owners, for rent by owners. Here's the script. Okay. I'll show you how it breaks down. So ring, ring. I'm obviously the agent. Ring, ring. Hello. Hi, is this Steve? Yeah. Hey, Steve. My name is Greg. I'm with eXp Realty, brother. I hope I'm not bothering you. I don't know if this is the script. I'm not sure if it was you or somebody else in the house, but I actually got an inquiry on one of our websites that you might be interested in knowing the value of your home. Was that you by any chance? No, it was my bitch of a soon-to-be ex-wife. Ooh, geez. Okay. Reverse the scenario. No, it was my dick of a soon-to-be ex-husband. Oh, shit. Sorry. Hey, so that wasn't you? No. Okay. Oh, sorry to hear you guys are going through that. Um, are you guys planning on selling the property by any chance? Is there anything I can do to help you? Anything I can give to your attorney or and whoever's handling this? So now you go into someone who's a consultant mode, right? You're not there trying to heckle them. And I went through bankruptcy. I went through foreclosure. I went down to $35 to my name. I have gone through some very uncomfortable, unfun times. And if somebody called me out on like, hey, bro, you're broke as a fucking jug. What a loser. Look at the loser. Loser right there. Loser. That's what I heard everywhere I went when I had that. When the sheriff was posting shit on my fucking front door. This is like 20 years ago, by the way. And I felt like an absolute disgrace. A lot of folks, when they go through divorces, their lives get shattered. They don't want everybody to know their business. Believe me. So with the script of going, hey, because it takes any kind of pointing of fingers that you would do to them, going, hey man, I know you're going to get divorced. Sucks that you screwed up that bad, right? It does. You're not saying that. You're saying, hey, Mr. or Mrs., whoever picks up the phone or answers the front door, whatever you want to do. Hey, someone in the home, it appears that somebody in the home has requested a value on the house. Was that you? Now, you know for a fact they did not do this, but you get a conversation going on a very even playing field. They don't feel hunted. They don't feel picked out of a crowd. You are just doing what real estate agents do, just following up on a lead that came through the internet and allows this person to start a conversation with you. Sometimes they're going to be pretty brutal conversations. And you have to understand that they're going through something very emotional, very taxing, very stressful. Give them the latitude to be human. This is going to endear you to them because everyone's going to come after their pocketbook, the attorneys, the kids, the ex-spouse or soon to be ex-spouse. maybe friends or family, maybe they share a business. God knows what is going on with them, right? But they need a friend. They need a champion in their corner that is not judging them. And if and when you can build that trust by being a caring, giving, good realtor and human, you're going to have a friend that's going to appreciate their anonymity in the world. Because we've dealt with divorce situations, and they don't want signs sometimes in the front yard because they don't want the neighbors to know what's going on, and that's fine. It really kind of sucks for the marketing side, but we can figure that part out later. But get in their corner, be an advocate for them, and that will make all the difference. So let's go over the divorce script one more time. The divorce script is, hey, hey, I'm calling around today. My name's Greg. I'm with eXp Realty. It looks as if somebody may have requested an updated home evaluation on your property. Was that you by chance? You allow them to say yes, say no. They'll never say yes because they never did it. And if they did say yes, holy shit. Okay, great. That's awesome. But they're going to say no 99.9% of the time. And you say, okay, well, have you ever thought about maybe selling? Let them talk. The number one negotiating tactic that I've ever found is silence. You guys can use this in your personal relationship with your kids, with your spouse, with your significant other, whatever. But if there's an argument or a misunderstanding, shut up. Ask a question, make a statement, shut up. Do not feed into any more conversation. The other person's brain, it takes about 36 seconds or less for them to start losing their marbles because their brain can't function without a thought or a plan to move forward. That's why people just randomly won't shut up because their brain won't shut off because nobody's talking to them because they talk too much. So their brain keeps coming up with shit to say. Allow them down that path. Once you allow them to talk, take notes, write things down, understand where you're coming from, how you can fill in the gaps. So that is the divorce. Now, let's quickly pivot over to my last two favorites, and then we're going to get into the programs that I'm using on a consistent basis. Robert, what up? Good to see you too as well. I am absolutely going to preach it, brother. I am going to preach, preach, preach. Jonathan, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you, thank you. Debbie, always good to see you, my girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you for spending some time. Oh, the comments are flooding in here. I cannot keep up with them all. Let's go into pendings. Now, why are pendings such an important thing? For new agents, agents getting back into a market, breaking into a new market, people, they know a couple of things. The general public knows a couple of things. They know just listed, just sold, right? It's easy, accessible information. The one thing they cannot see on a site is a pending home. They have to drive by it. They have to just assume it's sold. They have to do a lot of mental gymnastics to kind of figure out what's going on with the neighborhood property. So if you go in, this is the cool trick, and there's a script to this, by the way. Naturally, it's in the scripts, right? So you go in and do this. You say, all right. So my thought pattern is, I go into my MLS and I go to pending properties, right? Then I go and I sort them, and I go days on market, and then the mathematics is shortest amount of days on the market, highest price point in the area, right? So if it's on for 0 days with 2 offers, 0 days or 1 day or 3 days with 1 offer, a million offers, doesn't matter. You can then use that. I use RedX for this. Go into RedX, go to GeoLeads, right? Put a pin down, right? And then I pull 500 properties around each one of these. And my script is this. Hey, Mr. Seller, Mr. Homeowner at 123 Main Street. Hey, my name is Greg. I'm a real estate agent here in the area. I'm not here to sell you anything, and I don't want to list your house. What I am trying to do is tell you that your neighbor at 456 Maple, the one that had the for sale sign on it, just went pending last night, and they had 1 offer, 2 offers, 10 offers. My MLS will tell me if the agent enters it in, but you can just say, hey, look, it went pending, which means the buyers are active here in the area. And as we all know, only one family can get each house. So if we could get you top dollar for your home, have you ever thought about maybe selling? Then shut up. That is how simplistic this is. And it's not that you put a property pending, it's a property went pending. That's going to relieve you, and check with your manager and your legal team, but that has alleviated any issue with me on the legal side by saying that I have the property, or potentially representing that I have the property listed and I'm saying that it's pending. I'm saying a home went pending. And they're like, "Oh, which one?" Then you can start talking about it, have it pulled up on homes.com, on RPR, on your MLS, anywhere that whatever your flavor is, right? Have the information up, like, "Oh yeah, that property, yeah, the one that's on like an acre of land. It has a slight slope in the back. They have that, the yellow front door. Yeah, that house. That's the property that went pending." Now you can start the whole like forward conversation, family, occupation, recreation, dreams, and you can really get into kind of what these people are wants, needs, and desires are. But you're giving them good news. Everybody's watching the news right now. Everyone's talking shit about the marketplace. They're like, "Oh my god, the interest rates are like 7 and change, almost 8. They're over 8. Now they're under 8." People's mindsets are in a negative place. So if you're able to say, "Hey, look, you know what? I understand the rates are high. I understand it's not like back when it was like 2% on the interest rate, but people are buying and people are selling. If I could drop here's another script. If I could drop a bag of cash at your feet right now, what amount of money would be in that if I could sell your home for that number?" And then you shut up. It's a visual thing. I mean, all of us have watched gangster movies, right? Or drug dealing movies when they come with a big bag of cash for the big bag of coke or whatever drug they're going to buy, right? And it's usually in a warehouse, and there's guns everywhere, and then the police bust in, all that. But the reason why it's so visual to them and visceral is because they think about the guys or the gals in the movies getting all that money for a product that they're selling. I am not condoning drug sales. I am not condoning, gangster lifestyle. I'm not doing anything. I'm using this as a reference point where you can say, okay, if somebody is willing to risk life and limb to sell a bag of product in a very sketchy situation, and then they get a bag of cash that they don't have to report to anybody, hypothetically, always pay your taxes. People have a unique way of just stopping and thinking. And then you get the smart asses, "I'll take 10 million. My response to them is, "Well, sir, you have a 1 bedroom, 1 bath condo. That might be aggressive, but is there another number that might fill in that, might fit in that bag?" And then they're not a real lead, and they're just wasting your time. But if I can drop a bag of cash at your feet right now, right? They start thinking about it. And you say, "Look, I know you don't know this, but one of your neighbors just went pending overnight. And I figured you want to know if you ever thought about selling because they had one, if not multiple offers." Allow them to start thinking about it. So that's the pending script. Okay. So as of right now, we've gone over the go for no, right? So I bet you're not thinking about selling your home this year or anytime soon. That's a go for no. Yeah. Again, that's just designed to get them talking. They said, "No, we're never going to sell." Oh, okay. Is that never, or just not right now? That's your follow-up on all of these. When they say, "No, I'm not going to sell," you say, "Oh, okay. So is that not ever, or just not now?" They have to answer it. They can't just do a binary answer, yes, no. It is like, "Well, my husband, my wife, my kids, my grandkids, my job," but whatever it is, they have to answer. "Well, not never. I mean, we're going to sell in probably like a year, 2 years, 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, 2 months, whatever it is." But they're conditioned to say no because that's just how we operate. Our brains just operate. We just shut out things we don't like or don't want or don't want to have a conversation about. But when we say, "All right, so is that just not now or just not ever?" Shut up. Just shut up. Let them talk. That is the magical key point. That is the clinch pin. Let's go into for rent by owners. Now, when I was doing with RedX, not when I was doing, when I was introduced to for rent by owners through RedX, let me rephrase that. They asked me to do, to call the for rent by owners. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to talk about with for rent by owners? I'm like, they're fucking renters. I mean, they want to rent it. And this is where the epiphany came in. What up, Dan? Guys, if you guys don't know Dan, he's in Southern California. This guy is a slayer. This guy's a crusher. You guys got to get a hold, reach out to him. The guy, I love the man. We had a great conversation yesterday. So, Knuckles, Dan, good to see you, bro. With the for rent by owners, it actually unlocks 3 different conversation points you can have with a for rent by owner. people are like, well, that doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about, McDaniel? Here it is. So when you talk to them, my script is this: ring, ring. Hello. Hi. Is this Steve, the owner of 456 Maple? Yeah, it is. Oh, awesome, Steve. Hey, brother. My name is Greg. I'm calling about your property here. Did you guys get that property rented, or is it potentially still for sale or for rent? Oh, no, we had it rented. Okay. And this is the thing. No matter what they say at that point, you say, oh, okay, perfect. That's exactly why I'm calling. So if they say, no, it got rented. Okay, perfect. That's exactly why I'm calling. It's still available. Oh, perfect. That's why I'm calling. Then you say, you know what? If I could drop a bag of cash, we just talked about this one, drop a bag of cash in front of your feet right now, what number would you sell that property for? Well, we don't want to sell it. Oh, okay. So you guys don't want to sell it? Did you guys just buy it? Or is this something, a legacy that you've had in the family and in your portfolio for a while? They answer the question, right? Say, okay, well, it sounds like you might be wanting to hang on to this one because they've already told us no, right? And have you ever in this? So I got to back this up. First off, the question is if they say no, it's still for rent. Okay, great. Can I help you get the property rented? My fee is very low and I have a lot of exposure. Can I help you with this? Now, you're not going to make a lot of money doing the rent, but you will build a relationship with that property owner. Now, why is that important? It's important because birds of a feather flock together. When a property rental owner probably has friends or family or colleagues or whatever that own other properties. It's just how life goes, right? If you like golf, you hang out with golfers. If you like boating, you hang out or around water around boating. If you like shooting shotguns, you go to a skeet range. That's your tribe. That's your people. That's your true north. That's cool. That's fine. But you can tap into that. So you offer to see if you can help them rent the house. So you make $200, whatever. But now you got someone who really appreciates that help. And then you keep following up and dripping on them with content and letting them know you're still alive and you're still around to help. So that's one part of the conversation. That's pillar one. Pillar two is, well, if you're not going to be selling the property, have you ever thought about maybe buying more? Oh, maybe. Bam. Because a lot of these folks are investors. Like they want more ponies in their stable, aka properties in their portfolio. So why don't you say, look, I'm an active prospector. That's why I'm out here talking to you right now. Talk to a lot of folks. What kind of property are you putting into your portfolio next? Do you want a multifamily, single family, condo, townhouse, in-state, out of state? What are you looking for? You give them the variety pack so they can choose. Now, you can go on to like lead gen scripts and objections. You can go on to a bunch of other different groups on Facebook or organizations or anything else and post it out there. If you guys are part of national organizations and brokerages, put it out into your forums. Say, hey guys, I found a seller or seller or a buyer who's looking to buy in Tupelo, Mississippi, or Jacksonville, Florida, or Dallas, Texas, or Los Angeles, California, whatever the name it's going to be, right? Allow the agents to come to you and you then make a 25% referral fee from just making a call. It is the easiest money on earth for you guys to make. And it's simple and it's easy. And you get to make really incredible friendships or reestablish connections with people you met at different events or anything else where you can say, hey, Steve, Greg, long time no talk, brother. How's life? It's good, blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, are you still doing real estate in Dallas, Texas? Yeah, I'm still doing real estate down here. Sweet. Hey, I got a guy, gal, whatever. And you just say, okay, you know what? Here it is. Send the referral fee agreement over. Stay up with them. Have your admin team stay up on doing it. But these things can be paydays for a long period of time as long as you know how to talk to them. This is some of the easiest shit in real estate, but everyone's petrified of the conversation because that one nasty little word called no. And that nasty little word called no stops us and it inhibits us in multiple arenas in our lives. Would you guys agree with me? Okay, good. I'm glad everybody agrees. Once you start getting over that, think about it like this. Instead of hearing the word no, where that negative energy is held, what if someone says tree, microphone, book, coffee mug, fan, vacuum, dog, palm tree, bookcase, painting. There's no negative energy held there. You are allowing the negative energy to sit on the world's smallest word. No. Well, I is actually a word, but you know what I mean. But as soon as you say, okay, if I know 97% of the time the people I'm going to talk to are going to not want to do business with me because they're not in the mindset or space or just they don't need me, okay, fine. I mean, I'm not single, but I'm a dude who doesn't have kids. And if someone calls up and goes, "Hi, I'm offering my babysitting services," I'm like, "I don't have any kids." "But sir, we got a great deal." "Yeah, but I don't have kids." If you buy one, you get two for free." Motherfucker, I don't have fucking kids, you mental fucking idiot. That's the difference. When you listen, hear people, they respect you. If you bring value to their life, they respect you. If you try to sell them something they're not interested in, they will disrespect you. And that is something you can't come back from, right? Because once the respect is gone, if you respect them, they respect you. Bygones be bygones, move on with life, go with God, my Christ, my child, right? And these scripts, like I said, I can get a lot of these scripts down to about 18 to 25 seconds per script, and then I'm out the door. One way they're going to say no, all right, have a great day. Click, boom, gone. Stop caring about what they're going to say next because they might want to tell you your whole life story, and this might come across callous when I say this, but you have to hear what I'm saying on this. You are in business to make money. Money. Now you're going to help a lot of folks doing it, but if you were to spend time with your significant other or your child or something like that, would you allow something to come between that? No, you didn't. You don't let anything come between that. That's like your prospecting time. You protect that. It's a listing appointment in the future. That is your future business. That is the money you're going to put your kids through college with. That's what the business you're going to, the money you're going to take your spouse on a surprise trip to their favorite location or go to a great dinner or, buy your kids a pair of shoes or an Xbox or whatever the shit people want, right? You're building your financial future and wealth by your hard work now and today. The people you talk with today are the people you do business with tomorrow. When people say, "Oh, it doesn't work," well, no, bitch, you don't work. Let's be very clear on the distinction here. Because I know for a fact that when I sit down in my marketplace, my value add per hour is about $3,400 per hour. Imagine what that is per minute, per client, per call. By the way, I break it all down for you. All you do is set up and we can get you moving forward on that. But those are the scripts. Now I want to get into our usage of product. So quickly go over the scripts one more time. We have the Go for No script. If you guys are just joining us, go back to the beginning part of this recording. You'll be able to hear all of these. We have the Go for No script. We have the divorce script. We have the just pending script. And we have the front by owner script. So let's talk about some quick products. Yesterday, a group of us and I, my assassins and I, we purchased Cole Realty Data. A lot of us have it. We got a discount because we had 5 or more people. So I spent $460 out of my own pocket to buy a year's worth of his data. It is insane how much freaking data you get from that company. It is mind-boggling. And then my buddy Nate, gave me a gift run on a company called Ready Mode. Now, Ready Mode will scare 99% of you guys because it is a 12-line dialer, and once you understand it and play around with it a little bit, it is cutting through butter with a hot knife, piping red hot knife, just right through that, right through the leads, right through the contacts, right through your time, right through everything. If you're using a 3-line dialer now, you step up to a 12-line dialer. It is the exact same process. It is not hard. It is not difficult. It is not scary. It is literally press a button. It starts dialing. You start talking. End of story. That's it. And so I'll do 1,800 to 2,000 calls a day. My boys, over in the Assassins, they're doing that, if not more, per day. And it's just by, gripping and ripping. Then so for Cole Realty, we got that. And then Ready Mode, that's the name of the dialer. It's called Ready Mode. And that thing, if you guys want to step it up to a whole new level of playtime, this thing will 4x your your production off of a 3-line dialer. It will 12x your production if you're doing a single line dialer. So when I do the 1,800 to 2,000 calls a day, going for my 50 no's, right? I can get that done in about 2.5 hours. I don't have to sit there all day long and do this stuff. So that's the products, guys. This is some of the stuff that I'm stepping into 2024 with. I'm going to be doing a lot more video. I'm highlighting local businesses. By the way, the local businesses are absolutely losing their marbles over how much they love this. It's free publicity for them. There's a company that I was a part of for a long period of time. And the theory behind it was to go out and do exactly this. Go talk to, if you can get 52 local businesses that you can build a relationship with over time, on average, you will get roughly 1 lead referral per business per year. So if you go out and you start shooting some videos, doing some interviews, bringing some highlights, talking to the local folks, all of this stuff, right? Get 52 companies or businesses, talk about when their uptime of market is and when their downtime of market is. So you know when to promote like specials or highlights for them. You make this a very strategic thing. They will come out of the woodwork to be thankful for what you're doing for them. Again, it's not costing you $1, it's not costing them $1, but you get to go out and you want to get them to do something for you in your local community. So I was thinking about this, right? You guys may have seen this, maybe not. This is a 3M wrap that I came up with the ad of like, hey, I'll pay for your moving costs, right? Which I've given to a lot of folks. Nobody taken me up on it, but I've gotten listings because of it. So I was in a liquor store. I was grabbing like some peanuts and a Gatorade because I was freaking hungry and tired. And I looked down at the counter and the counter was damaged. And I said, let me ask you a question. If I could protect your counter, can I buy that space for 3 months to 6 months at a time? And the guys were like, okay, sure. Well, what are you going to put down? So I'm like, I don't know. I got to go figure it out, but I'll come back and talk to you. So I did. I went down to a company called Fast Signs that we got all of our sign work done. I said, look, I needed some sort of like a 3M material that can go on counters that will protect it. And I also want to put an ad on it. And they're like, yeah, I can absolutely, totally. We have some stuff like this, and this is what it is right here. This 3M stuff right here, graphic marketing systems, dude. This stuff, it peels off. It's like a giant sticker, and you just lay it down, and they give you a little tool. You can knock all the air bubbles out. It's really simple. If I can figure it out, you guys can figure it out. So here's the point. For about $25-$30, I can get like one of these signs made, then I can mount them on the counters. So right when you go to like a liquor store, gas station, local grocery store, whatever it is, where everyone puts all their shit down, the counter's damaged. Now that is something they're gonna have to replace at some point down the road. So I said, let's fix this problem. So I put this down, and I'll tell you one thing, my signs in a couple of these different liquor stores are definitely taking a beating, but everybody's talking about them. Even the one of the liquor stores, his name is Bobby, who owns it. Very nice dude. And Bobby was like, hey, bro, be ready for a referral. I just one of the guys that came in here was asking about real estate and saw your sign. I gave him one of your cards. I'm like, dude, thanks, Bobby. Appreciate that, man. And he's also said, there's the catch thing, guys. He also said like he has other real estate agents and lenders. Actually talked to a couple of mortgage guys that were in there actually when I was laying it down on the counter. And they're like, that's a brilliant idea. I'm like, thank you. I actually came up with it. They're like, no shit. Then you start looking around, you'll see the opportunities are everywhere. Remember back when COVID was a thing and they put those stupid fucking 6 foot away stickers? What if you just replace the 6 foot stickers with your brand? Everybody's looking down, boys and girls. These things, cell phones, right? Nobody's looking up like this. Just looking at the birds, looking at the sky, not happening. They're looking down at their phones, constantly down at the phones. What's around when they're looking down? Pavement. What's on the pavement? Usually nothing. Why is that? It's a blank canvas. There's opportunities that you're literally walking on every single day. What if you went into a local store and you know what? And you split something with them, like half them, half you, talking about different products that are on sale or what days the sales are with your brand on top of it, walking down the fucking aisles. The other thing, this is something I don't really talk about, but I want you guys to start thinking about this. When you go to the grocery market, right? And you put your food or beverage or whatever you're consuming, bringing home on that little conveyor belt that goes round and around and around and moves the food towards the checker, right? What's missing there? Think about it. What's missing there? I'll give you a real big hint. Ads. Why aren't there ads on those conveyor belts? It just goes round and around. I saw Safeway here did something like that. I searched it out pretty hard. There was a organization on the East Coast that actually did this in 2016, but then they discontinued it. Not sure why. Probably they just couldn't get people to pay for it. But what if you go into a local mom and pop supermarket that has one of those conveyor belts on it? Figure out what would be the best material. Talk to a sign company or somebody like that, and then put ads on there. Your lender, and by the way, you charge your lender for this shit, right? And you charge these other organizations for that shit. It's a money-making organization that you can then split with that grocery store. So now they're making money off of you. You get ads going around and around and around and around for free. And the reason why you're going to do that is because you're not buying the ad space. Let's be really clear. Like the liquor stores and the local grocery markets, gas stations, any of that shit. You're not buying the ad space. You're buying the locals in that neighborhood because you're buying their trust. That shop you walked into is only existing because people know, like, and trust them and consistently go back and pay them their money for their services or goods. So you're buying a client base with consistent eyeballs, and then you put your marketing in front of them in somewhere they're going to see it. Now, if you bring in money, let's say you're making $500 a month, $200 a month off of the ads on that little conveyor belt or the ads around the store or whatever it is. You give half of that back to somebody at a zero cost basis out for them. What would you do if someone comes up and goes, you know what, ma'am? I'm going to give you $100 just because you exist. Is that cool? Okay. What do I have to pay you? Nothing. It's 100% free. And if it gets damaged, I'll pay to replace it and repair it. Well, okay. Guys, when I was a deer hunter and a pig hunter back in my younger years, I asked my grandfather, and I've told the story a million times on the podcast. I asked my grandfather, how do you see the deer in the trees? And my grandfather replied back to me very quickly, and he says, look for what doesn't belong. Think about that. Look for what doesn't belong. So legs, antlers, body, shadowing, anything. So then invert that and look for what's missing in marketing. Where are there opportunities that you can go and utilize and exploit in a very good way, not a bad way, never exploit anybody in a bad way, but utilize lost opportunities? And I can go deep on this stuff for a long time because I think about this shit all damn day. I'll give you one. You know, we're going into holiday season. Everybody has a different culture, different tradition, right? So here's this. What is the world's smallest billboard that everybody looks at? Think about that. What is the world's smallest billboard that everybody looks at and reads? Ready? Fortune cookies. Go talk to your local Chinese restaurant and say, look, man, I want to give you, fortune cookies with some custom stuff for my real estate team on the inside with some like good luck numbers on the back or lottery numbers or whatever. We did it. We dropped about 10,000 of those cookies off. Man, I heard about that shit everywhere I went. Oh, dude, we're just at this Chinese place, blah, blah, blah. We opened up the cookie and we saw your name. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's so cool. They made a point to say something to me, which means they thought about me. The other one, man, water bottles, custom labels on water bottles. We had our title company when it was free for them and legal for them here in California. They actually created, we created a logo and put it on a pallet. I bought a pallet of water bottles in 12 packs, right? 12 or 24 packs, whatever you buy at your local grocery store, right? And the funny thing is that we couldn't get rid of this water fast enough before the water would go bad in the plastic bottles. So what we did, we went down to the town of Danville where we operate, right? I said, "What events do you guys have coming up?" They're like, "Oh, we have this and that." I'm like, "Badass. Do you guys want like a shit ton of water in bottles you guys can sell?" They're like, "Are you kidding?" "Yeah, of course." So here's a cool thing. Since the title company gave us the water, we didn't pay for the water, right? I just gave like a half a pallet to the town of Danville. They then sold it for $1 to $2 at their different events to thousands of people that would then carry my name and brand around them because they just paid for it. Are you fucking kidding me? Water is not that expensive, but if you can give it away, give your local high schools, they can sell their events at the football games or basketball games, local community centers, different charity events. If you can get that out, people are going to carry your brand, literally carry your brand. We had people, very, very wealthy folks. They would, they would, they bragged about refilling and reusing our water bottles just to support our brand. Who? When has a postcard ever done that for you? When is anything? When does anyone come up to you and be like, "Yeah, bro, I love your shit so much. I actually fill it up from the tap and I keep drinking out of it." No, it doesn't happen. I guess 2 more things, and we'll get the fuck out the door. So we have our 3 scripts: the go for no, the divorce, the pending, the for rent by owners. We've talked about Ready Mode, we talked about Redux, and we've talked about Cole Realty Data. 2 more things, guys, and we're gone. See this thing I have in my hand right now? For anyone who's listening to this is a pen. I love my pen. This is like my favorite pen on earth. It's the Bold 207 Uniball Signio. I mean, I just love this pen. Here's the reason. You can get custom wrapped pens for about under $1 each. And then the biggest issue with pens is that restaurants and bars, they always go missing. They always get taken. People lose them, throw up on them, throw them away, whatever, right? So they're always looking for more pens. A pen on average, except for this pen, this stays with me everywhere I go. A pen will change hands up to about 7 times before it dies. So this is the exact example of one call, many sales. Because if this goes from a bar or a restaurant into a junk drawer, then it gets used by the neighbor, then it goes to their house, then it goes to a family member, then it goes to somewhere else, and then it dies. But it went to 7 different people with my brand on it. Are you shitting me? Are you kidding me? And then last but not least, my absolute favorite. It is custom coasters. I was at a restaurant bar that I used to go to all the time. It just opened, and the manager, who's an owner, a friend of mine, she was yelling at her staff, saying stuff like, "God damn it, you stupid mother blankers. You're going to ruin my mother blanking, brand new bar," yada, yada. And so I'm like, coasters, custom coasters. How much could that work? How much do you think those could go for? I'm like, my little, what was that thing? A Nextel or something like that. Found it. My lender, who's one of my best friends, was sitting next to me for lunch. And I just elbowed him. I'm like, "Hey, bro, you're going to go 50-50 with me on this because it costs 4 cents per coaster. It's 2 cents per person. And we're going to give them to the bar." He's like, "Okay." We ultimately gave out like between 50 and 65,000 coasters to that bar and a couple of other bars. And everyone's like, "Well, did that ever generate business?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it did." We would get calls from people saying, literally, "Come list my house." We say, "Great, how'd you hear about us?" And their response was, "Because I've been putting my beer on your face for the last 6 months." Then it turned into a coloring competition for the kids at lunch. When the parents would come in to get lunch, the kids would come with them as well. It was a family-friendly restaurant during the day. The kids would, scratch and color on our faces. So we got crayons, gave it to them. They were coloring on us. Whoever had the best coloring, their name, their little artwork went on the bar wall behind the bartender. So now, think about this. Now I am trifecting this thing. I just wanted to give them coasters to protect their bar, right? Awesome. That worked. Number 2, it generated people to start, talking about us and thinking about selling. And the third is that now it's a thing. Well, the restaurant is sold now, but when it was around, it was a thing to have your kids artwork behind the bar. So you're seeing my face on the coaster under your beer or glass of wine or a glass of water or whatever it is. Then you're seeing my face again, reinforcing my brand behind the bartender where they posted them up. So I told the bar, I'm like, hey, look, anybody who puts this up there, they'll enter a contest to win like an ice cream cone down the street. I went down to the ice cream shop down the street and said, look, I'm doing a thing over here at this bar. Could you honor like one ice cream cone per kid if they get their artwork put up on the wall? They're like, done. Because they got branded as well in the bar, right? Win a free ice cream cone from Schmau. It's fucking free, guys. It's free. And this could be something you put into 2024, 2025, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 30 billion. Doesn't matter what year you're in. This whole thing is all about looking and finding what's not there. All right. So, last but not least, if you guys aren't drinkers, I keep saying last but not least, but here you go. What is always in your neighborhoods that everybody sees, but nobody really notices? Think about that. What is always in your neighborhood that everybody sees, but nobody notices? Bang. Gardeners. Think about the value add here, guys. People that are in the neighborhoods you want to work in or are working in, people see the gardeners, but they don't see the gardeners, right? Because it's just part of life. Like, okay, they're mowing and blowing the Smith's house again, right? But here, what if you were able to negotiate contracts and deals with those different gardening companies? All those trailers that are running around town with that metal grate for their lawnmowers and whatever edgers or whatever they have in the back there, there's nothing on those. What if you were able to spark up a deal and say, look, I'll pay you guys X amount of dollars, per year, per month, whatever. But I'll you pay for the production and manufacturing of a sign on the back, right? Maybe split it with them, like Smith's, yard keeping services, and then McDaniel Real Estate Group. But you put it in front of everybody because when that trailer's moving around town, when that trailer's sitting in a yard or on a street in front of a house and has your brand, you can put a magnet on the back of a pickup of a gardener. Now you have an army of recognition, and the brand reinforcement is what's going to help you sell more than you can imagine. So I went kind of off the rails. That's kind of my MO, but let's do this. Go back, if you guys are just joining us, go back and listen to the Go for No script, the divorce script, the just pending script, the for sale by owner script. Take a look at what I'm doing with Ready Mode and RedX. Both use them very exclusive for different tools in my repertoire for 2024. And then Cole Realty Data. I don't make any money on these things, guys. So take a look at them. Tons of comments. Holy shit, I was not paying attention. Daniel talking about, I'm in. I need to watch from the start. I missed the first 20 minutes. Okay, yeah, go back and take a look at that. Absolutely. And Andres, what's up, Dan? Reach out for car wrap shops and let people willing to put some in your face. Dude, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I did I had a Zion XB that I had wrapped. We also had two moving trucks, 14-foot moving trucks that we had fully wrapped. Car shows are a huge source of leads. Wedding events, ladies. If you go to a bridal showers and talk about the next steps in life, everybody, you're gonna get hitched. You need a home, so let's get you hitched and let's buy you a house. Just think of what isn't being done. Go blue water hunting, not red water hunting. Do something that nobody else is doing and be okay with being laughed at. Be okay for taking a chance. Do not always follow the mainstream, guys. The mainstream is crowded. It's like going to the Super Bowl and you're sitting on the 50-yard line right during a touchdown and you hold your card up going, I'm a real estate agent. Ain't nobody going to see you. Sorry. I don't care how cool your card is. I don't care how thick your card stock is. I don't care how great your coloring is or what kind of font you have on it. Nobody gives a fuck. And that's marketing. That's business. That's real estate. You have to be visible. You have to be consistent. And you have to be consistent. So standing up and saying, I got one Facebook ad. I did one phone call. I did one something. Ain't going to do shit. It is not going to do shit. You've got to be consistent and persistent when you do this. Once you do this, and it's grueling, it's not fun, it's sweaty, it's tiring. You get your knees and your hands and your forehead bloody from all this shit you got to do, you don't want to do. You have to learn new programs, put out some money, actually do something different. But once you get out of your stress zone, you're going to go into your stretch zone, and you'll never go back to your comfort zone. Comfort zone is where people go to die. You get too comfortable, like anything in life, you're going to die. You get too stressed about things, your stress zone, you're gonna freak out. You can get lots of white hair, and you don't like it. But you have to go through different stages. Your stretch zone is where you want to go, because that's the medium between your comfort zone and your stress zone. Your stress zone, your stretch zone. You're afraid still, but you're still pushing forward because you have some sort of an idea what to do. But that's where the creativity comes in. That's where you get to decide how you want to market, how you want to be seen, how you want to let people know about your business. Always be learning, always be innovating, always be you. Never, ever allow someone to say it doesn't work. The person that says it doesn't work is saying one thing. They're saying, I won't try it because I'm scared. And you accept that and you say, thank you so much for not being in my way. And then let them go do their thing. All right, boys and girls, I need to get something to drink because my throat is about ready to fall off right now. And I've been talking nonstop for 56 minutes. So I'll let you guys get rocking and rolling. Thank you more than you know for coming and hanging out with me. A spontaneous show. But we are rocking and rolling. We're going to be back next week. Who do we have on? We have got a couple of great guests this month, excuse me. So November 15th is our next show. I got my boy Brian Casella. He's going to be coming on the 15th. And then on the 22nd, I'm going to have my boy Ricky Caruth on. Those are going to be some great episodes, guys. Ricky just covered the NAR thing. Really interesting to kind of see what he's doing over there. Brian's going to come in on the 15th and talk about some marketing, prospecting mindset. He shifted different markets, so it's going to be awesome. Then I got my two favorite ladies, Allie and Shelby, coming back. They are legitly awesome human beings. They're going to be back on the 29th. So we got a rock star studded event for the rest of this month. You guys will absolutely get a shit ton of value, so make sure you tune in. On that note, I love you guys. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. If you guys see me do a little story, give me a little like, give me a little follow, right? And I will do the same back to you guys. All right, boys and girls, thank you so much. I cannot do this without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you on the next one. Until then, peace out, ninjas. We're gone.